Welcome to The Spirit Inside. Today's episode is going to be quick. Usually, even if a brand is a younger brand, I can usually find some information and get a timeline. But for this brand, I really couldn't find much. Even when I went onto the brand's website, they were pretty thin on info. But we'll do the best we can. So let's get started. Today we're looking at La Catrina Classic Margarita. What I did find out is that it's 13.9% alcohol per volume, claims to be made with 100% blue agave, made with real lime juice, and it's 100% cane sugar. And this is a ready-to-drink margarita, so you can guess that it's a lot of sugar and carbohydrates. So this is an already mixed, ready-to-drink, just pour over an ice and enjoy, and it's made in Napa, California. The La Catrina brand is mainly a wine-making brand. They have an extensive selection of wines. So these ready-to-drink cocktails, I'm guessing, are a newer part of the portfolio. So while I couldn't find much information about the company itself, I did find these profiles of some of their key workers. So let's start with the vineyard director, Saul Arreola. His family moved to the San Joaquin Valley from Mexico. His family worked in agriculture, and this would be Saul's introduction to the farming industry. He says that he's committed to organic farming as a way to ensure that the vineyards will endure for generations, and this keeps in line with the La Catrina mission. Next, we have winemaker Andrea Zermeno. Andrea was born in Manteca, California, but grew up in Stevenson, California. Andrea's love to grow quality grapes for wine goes back to her father. After her parents immigrated from Jalisco, Mexico, her father started a 15-year career working in vineyards. This exposure to wine and winemaking appealed to Andrea, and she had to make it her career. And then finally we have Bob Stashik, the mixologist. Now Bob is probably more involved with today's product than Saul and Andrea, just because it's not a wine and its main ingredient is agave. And it's Bob who was inspired by Mexican tequila culture. He's the one interested in creating classic cocktails using agave that come from Jalisco, Mexico. He seems to be the main person behind these ready-to-drink margaritas. So let's get on to the review. The bottle says it's a wine cocktail. I'm not really sure how to interpret that. Is it like any other ready-to-drink margarita mix, or is it made differently? Do they incorporate some of their wine-making techniques into this? I really don't know. It's the first time I'm trying this, so we're gonna find out together. So let's get going with the rest of the review here. We'll start with just the packaging. It's got this Day of the Dead theme. All their wine products also have this, so it's pretty consistent. It's got this frosted bottle, so it's kind of an interesting look. I think it's kind of an untraditional way of doing wine, and I think it just carried over to this. You got a lot of the Day of the Dead branding even on the top. It's pretty cool. I'm going to read what it says here. La Catrina, flowing from 3,000-year-old tradition, the Day of the Dead celebration reflects on memories and reminds us all to embrace life now. As the flavor and sensations of La Catrina engulf you, let your past and future merge to toast this moment. Yeah, so let's see what it's like. Okay, there we go. I can already smell it. Actually smells better coming out of the cap than it drips in the bottle. Not really a great sign. I don't know, it doesn't smell like any classically made margarita that you would have at a restaurant or you would make at home. Then maybe it's because it's doing something with agave, I'm not sure. It says just to pour over ice, and this hasn't been refrigerated, so that's what we're gonna do here. Alright, there we go. Let's start easy here. Maybe it needs to breathe a little bit, and the smell as concentrated as in the bottle. Got this kind of, I hate to say it, kind of a fake alcohol kind of smell. mean, it looks honestly like a lighter wine than a margarita mix, but obviously it's not made the way you expect it. So now for the main part, the flavor. Starts off okay, then the end kind of tastes just watered down. It's not super strong, it doesn't punch you. It doesn't have a terrible mouthfeel. Kind of hits the tongue and kind of evaporates. Very light. Almost like it's almost just water with a slight lemon or lime flavor. Doesn't burn or anything like that. It honestly doesn't really compare well to like a real margarita. If you do compare it against that, it doesn't fare too well. I think if instead you judge it as something totally different and not compared to other margaritas, it's okay. I probably would enjoy this more on a hot, sunny day. It's still pretty warm here when I'm filming this, but it's not that kind of environment, obviously. I mean, I hate to say this because I always hope to enjoy whatever I review, but it's not bad, but it's also not that great. It's kind of underwhelming. And honestly, since there's already a pre-mixed thing, there is no mixed recipe that I can give. This is it. You just pour it over ice and keep it chilled. I think if you're into like wine coolers, this would fit in well with you. Kind of fits in that kind of realm. This recording, I haven't tried any of those hard seltzers. I know they've been the rage. I just haven't gone around to trying one. Hey, I just want to interject here really quick. I've had this for a couple of days now. As you can see, it's almost gone. And my opinion of this has gone up considerably. I think it is different than other pre-mixed margarita mixes. It doesn't, just notice here that it says wine cocktail. So I think it is a little bit different in that sense. And then it makes sense that if you plan on using it, it's probably better to open it and let it breathe, maybe a day or two even for the whole bottle before you plan on using it. Or if you pour yourself a drink, let it breathe for a minute or two. So it is kind of like a wine in that sense versus other traditional ready-to-drink margarita mixes. And yeah, it's a lot better than my initial impression. I just wanted to jump in here because I'm ready to do another video, so I figured I'd add this in here. I would say though that it does give you a really strong, quick buzz, so you gotta be careful with that, probably because of all the sugar. If you overdo it, you can probably end up with a nasty hangover. But yeah, overall, I just wanted to interject here and just say that it's better than my initial impression, and it's definitely pretty good. I just gotta kind of think of it a little bit differently, maybe like a wine. Like I said, there's a wine cocktail margarita mix, so let it breathe, either the whole bottle for a day or two, or your drink if you're running a single drink just for a minute or two, and it tastes a lot better. And then just watch out not to overdo it. I mean, that's all I can really share. I mean, if you know a little bit more about this company, like Catrina, or somebody from like Catrina is seeing this and would like to respond or give me some more information about the history of the company itself, I'd enjoy that. Not bad, but not mind-blowing. And yeah, it does need to breathe. You've cracked one of these open the bottle, pour your drink, let it sit for a minute or two. I think it'll go down a little bit better. No burn. And yeah. Okay, here's a positive thing we can say about it. It brings on a buzz fairly quick. It's probably the sugar with alcohol, obviously. But we'll just leave it at that then. Hoping for something a little bit more exciting, but at least it's not bad. So until the next time, Enjoy the stir.